So people are asking about the bike, so I figured I'll go through, do a quick video outlining my bike, what I've done for modifications on it, my gear, what I wear, what my choices are for that. And I got a bit of an announcement. It's been kind of dropped and hinted at up until this point, but I'll make a formal announcement on the big plans for 2026. As for a little about me, I've been riding 25 years, and like every kid, when you first get into riding, I started on a street bike. I had a CBR 600 F4 for many years. 15 or 16 years I owned that bike, and put a lot of miles on it, but they were all short trips and track days and things like that. It was never anything near what I'm doing now. The plan was, when I got rid of the street bike, I planned on getting another bike in the future, and I knew I wanted to be something adventure touring or something along that lines, as I wanted to start doing these bigger, longer trips. So I ended up buying a 2018 Triumph Tiger 800, and I had that bike for 5 years. As you can see in some of the videos, put in 65,000 kilometers on that bike, and it was doing me well, but like everybody, the dream is to have the BMW GS. So I came across one last winter in the end of November that the deal was just too good to pass up. So I ended up picking up the triple black here, the 2023 R1250 GS, at a song of a price, and sold the Tiger off. So now the R1250 is going to be the bike for the big trip coming next year. People have been asking about the bike and what I've got done. So my bike currently now is a 2023 BMW R1250 GS triple black, and when I bought this, it was absolute bare bike, no accessories whatsoever on it at all. I've since added a bunch of accessories and kitted it out the way that I'm looking to have it done for my preference, and this is only my preference. Everybody's got their own. But start off, we got the screen protector on the front for the LED headlight, because I don't really want that damaged. I've added a larger touring windscreen, and then the cockpit side, I've added a couple of CNC mounts to mount a RAM mount for my phone and a RAM mount for a camera. I've also added the windscreen stabilizers just recently, and they've made a huge difference. Coming back further down the bike, the seat, I had a Russell Daylong on my old Tiger, and it is absolutely a dream. So that was obviously a very easy decision to go and buy another Russell Daylong. So that's pretty much what I went and did. For storage, I've got a set of the Givi cases on their mounting bracket. I went with the 42-liter large cases for each side instead of the smaller ones, and the standard size top case. For protection on the bike, I've added a set of Givi lower crash bars on it. Obviously the must-have side stand foot extension to make sure I don't sink in anywhere. When it comes to gear, I've got a Klim Carlsbad jacket and matching pants. I do have the Klim Moav, I believe is what they are, the more vented version of those pants. The recent discovery was when we were in Colorado. Yeah, the Carlsbad pants, they vent, but they don't vent Colorado and Utah heat vent. So I ended up buying the other more vented pair for this summer, and it was definitely a good decision. I've been wearing those constantly day in and day out, riding around locally or day trips here in Ontario. It's still nice and warm now. I think we're October 4th, and it's a balmy 28 degrees out, so it gets a little warm, but the extra vented pants really help take the edge off. As for boots, I've got Alpinestar Belize Dry Star boots. Gloves, I've got 3 or 4 different pairs that I rotate through. Helmet, I'm wearing the Shoei GT Air 3. I previously had the original Shoei GT Air. Love the helmet, love the venting, love the built-in sun visor. So I am upgraded to the GTR 3 and converted from my Senna to now using a Cardo Freecom X4. So dealing with getting some of the tech sorted out is a bit of a problem, but I think I've got that all worked out now. Another question I get is the camera mounts. So here I've got a GoPro 12 mounted with hardline power that's plugged into the USB adapter to keep the camera charged at all times. And I discovered that I could use the mounting bracket on my headlight protector to mount a ball mount on, which was great because now I don't get any of the bike in the front of the photo. Whereas previously I had a plate mounted here and the camera was mounted on top of that plate, but it always clipped and got the front portion of the headlight guard in place in the view, and I really didn't care for it all that much. But the new positioning works flawlessly. So I've actually gone and added another mount on this side, so I've got options. I can actually move it side to side if I want. The other camera I use to record is another GoPro 12 that I use on this clip to clip onto the lower chin of my helmet to record my perspective of the view. Now the nice thing is now I've got this set up where I've got the GoPro paired to my Cardo, so I can use the microphone in my helmet from my Cardo to record audio in the video. And the beauty thing about this setup is if I'm not using it actively, it just hangs out there, stays out of the way, and is fully accessible whenever I need it. And as the battery wears down, I'll simply swap it with the battery from the front GoPro, which is always plugged in and charging. So I've ridden across Canada to the west coast out to Tofino. I've ridden across to the east coast all the way up to Newfoundland and Cape Spear. And I've been down Deals Gap, West Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee multiple times. Rode out to Colorado and Utah last summer, which was an absolute awesome 3-week trip. But the big trip that I've been planning for the last 2.5-3 years has been Alaska. It's where it's been on the list. It's where everybody wants to get to. It's just absolutely amazing. So the plan is Alaska for 2026. I started planning this a while ago. Probably 2.5-3 years ago, I started planning the route, doing research, looking into different points of interest, things to check out along the way, potential routes up and down. The plan is the Dempster and the Dalton up to both Tuktoyaktuk and Prudhoe Bay. The primary goal is to time this to make it to Tuktoyaktuk on my 50th birthday to swim in the Arctic Ocean. So the plan has been hatched. I have a riding partner that's going to come along. That is not my usual one. Bob is not interested in doing this trip with me. It's not really something he wants to do for a trip, and given the time it's going to take, I understand that. It's going to be about 40 days total. The mileage, I think mapped out right now from home out and back, is over 23,000 kilometers, but not all of that will be ridden. I've ridden the prairies multiple times, once when we went out to the west coast, and then twice when we went out to Colorado and back on the US side, and I've just got no desire to ride through the prairies again. So I went out and found a trailer, and I've been rebuilding and cleaning and prepping that to have that ready to carry 2 bikes out. And the plan is to trailer from here out to Lethbridge, Alberta, and start riding from there. Currently the trailer's sitting in a friend of mine's driveway who was so kind to offer me up a spot to store it there for the rest of this summer and the winter. And the plan is to bring it back to the house in the spring, pull apart the axles a little more, redo the wheel bearings, clean everything up, get some final prep done. I've put in a bunch of eyelets on the trailer for strapping things down. I've got to build a ramp for the trailer, and I'm going to get some C-channel and build a couple of wheel chocks to put the bike tires in. But the plan is to bring the trailer back to the house in the spring and get that all prepped and ready to go. I've got new wheels for it and tires, and that should get me sorted out to have the ability to tow the bikes out. But yeah, the big plan for 2026 is going to be Alaska. It's 40 days. I think the actual riding mileage is around 14,000 kilometers. So we're gonna have to do some maintenance in the middle of that. But the route is well curated at this point. I've been doing years of research planning this, so this should be a good trip. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out all my previous trips available on this channel.